It is time for Left Hook, Right Jab, and we are talking about the efforts to bring Major League Baseball to Portland. A group has made several offers on several stadium sites, including the Portland Public Schools headquarters near the Moda Center. They've said they're not looking for new public financing, but the reality is many teams rely on at least some public money to build a stadium, and that's what Lars and Steve are debating tonight. Welcome to the studio. KXL's Lars Larson and former Portland City Commissioner Steve Novick wearing his old Montreal Expos hat. Great to have you here. Before we get to the debate, we want to remind you, you can weigh in our viewer voice poll. All you have to do is go to kgw.com/vote or click the Vote Now tab and tell us who you think is winning the debate. Is it Steve or is it Lars? And gentlemen, here is your question tonight. Should any new stadium be financed with tax breaks or tax forgiveness for the team? And Steve, you're up first. Go.
Thanks, Laurel. Lars, I'm a big baseball fan. I personally would benefit if there's a baseball team here. But I don't think we should give special tax giveaways to baseball teams. The idea that's on the table is that the first $150 million in income taxes the players would pay wouldn't go to pay for education or health care or prisons. It would go to help finance the baseball stadium. And the argument is, well, if we didn't have a team, we wouldn't have those income taxes, so why not use it for the stadium? The problem is every other business could use the same argument. Nike could say, if we didn't exist and have all these employees, the state wouldn't get any income tax money. So actually, we should take those income taxes and use it for the next Nike campus expansion. Your local restaurant could say, hey, if we didn't exist, we wouldn't have employees paying taxes, so those taxes should go to expand our restaurant. So I love baseball, but this tax subsidy makes no sense.
All right, Steve, I'm going to surprise you because ordinarily I'm opposed to all government subsidies, but I see this one a little bit differently. You see, we do have Nike. We have other big companies that come to Portland or come to the Northwest, and we'll always have those as long as we have office space. What you need for a baseball team is a stadium. Now, I'm not a huge baseball fan. I'll go to a game now and then, but I don't have the snazzy hat either that Steve has. But I'm in favor of having the team come here, and here's the way I look at it. Logically, if I have two paths I can take, one brings the stadium here and the players and their money, the other one does not. In the one that does not, we don't have the players, we don't have their salaries, we don't have their income tax revenue. In the one where you bring the stadium to Portland, you have the players, you have the stadium, you have their income, but you don't get their taxes. In both cases, the state doesn't get their taxes. But in the one case, you build the one kind of unique facility that it takes to bring a baseball team here. And of course, $150 million is only a tiny fraction of what a stadium would cost. I've been told it may be north of $1 billion. Steve, I'm in favor of it.
Well, actually, Lars, we were likely to, if it makes business sense to have a baseball team here, there will be a baseball team here. The tax subsidy probably won't make much difference. Economists have demonstrated over and over again that these tax giveaways are usually a waste because if it made business sense to open up a business, then it gets done. So we'd be giving away the money for no reason. Also, unfortunately, a baseball team doesn't add any new economic activity to a region. What the economists have shown is that the money that gets spent at the ballpark is money that otherwise would be spent at a restaurant or at a movie. So it makes no sense to spend public money subsidizing a team that if it's going to come is probably going to come anyway, and which doesn't add any economic activity.
Steve, God bless you, but only a guy who went to Harvard and then worked in government could say $150 million is not going to make a difference in a business deal. $150 million might be the seed money that makes it happen. As for substitute goods, I get that. You spend on the baseball game instead of going to the movies or buying a concert ticket. But in this case, it also brings a lot of positive attention to the town, and that's attention we don't have now other than Major League Soccer and the Blazers. So I'm in favor.
Baseball rules, tax giveaways drool.
Steve and Lars, thank you. And tonight, the majority of voters went with Steve Novick, 58%. Steve and Lars, thank you. As always, a great debate. We'll see you next week for Left Hook, Right Jab. Back to you, Tracy.
I think it was that catchy slogan that sealed it. I do.